This episode is brought to you by Trailer Park Yard Games, where over 28 games are delivered directly to your party. We park the trailer, you party.
I was fat. That's all there was to it. I was fat. My face was like round like a basketball, and
I can't stop eating.
I was like, man, I gotta do something. And so I
Started doing meth.
Yes. And I got a lot of stuff done. And it was great.
Haven't slept in years. It's great.
No, yeah, it was awesome. So I started doing a diet, and it was the worst diet in the world. I don't recommend it to anyone.
What did you do?
Let's have a chat, talk this and that with BB and Jaisy.
Hello, hello. It is Sarah Paget with the PB. It's not your turn yet. PB and Jaisy show. And to my right, far
is Bill
right.
Stedham.
Oh,
Bill, it's not your turn yet. I'm Jaisy George, the one you're all here to listen to.
Oh my gosh.
she is the very sweet and today extra sexy jelly on our sandwich.
My shoulders are out. Y'all see
Well,
that?
we're like ready to like lumberjack,
Yeah.
and I'm like in
Yeah.
a nursing home.
It's
and then-
freezing
I'm
in
not
here.
ready. I look like I'm ready for like a rock concert. Y'all are ready.
You look great. I'm just
You're ready
jealous.
to go hunting.
Air screaming.
Yeah, air streaming.
Yes. So today, our guest is a good friend of our past nunchuck toting, Anita hating, roof tooting guest from podcast past. Between Taylor and his beautiful wife Katie, not Taylor's beautiful wife, which was a little bit confusing.
Yes.
Tim keeps very, very good company because we love Taylor, we love Katie. So today we're going to hear a little bit more about his story and hopefully
no Airstreams,
not
please.
bring up Airstreams at all.
I won't.
We will cut the podcast short. Tom will just hit the big red button over there and we'll all be done.
That's it.
Oh man.
So Tim, if you'll introduce yourself and then however you want to explain yourself to the world other than being the owner of the company because we know you're not.
And your name's not Lexi.
Yes.
You're not Lexi.
It is not Lexi.
Okay.
So the floor is yours. Let us know who you are, what you do.
Well, my name is Tim Leckie, and I work for PROCO Roofing. My
Shout
wife
out.
works there too, and that's why we're even here because we have a great relationship with y'all. But I'm in the commercial roofing now, and I'm just a really awesome guy. That's why I'm here.
Okay, this is gonna go good. Let's start with working with Katie.
Yes.
So I work with my wife too.
His
And
third wife, Anne.
Yeah. And Sarah works with her spouse. I'm working with my spouse now on the podcast.
So we all work with our spouses in various ways. How is it working with Katie?
It's great, actually.
You're in a safe place.
Yes,
You can
it's
tell
okay.
everyone.
You can
This
tell
is a
us.
safe
She's
room.
not
No
gonna
one will
listen
ever
to
hear
this.
We
it.
just had a counselor recently on the podcast, so we've been equipped with some tools to kind of help you work through this. So tell us
Okay.
how it's
So
going.
how is it really working with Katie?
It's actually great.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all drive to work together?
No.
Okay.
We've actually, this is our second time to work together.
Really?
Before we got into roofing, I was the first one to get
What do
into
you mean
it.
by work
Why'd you have to say
together?
I was the first one? Like I was the first one to do it, and then she decided she wanted to do it too.
Well, so basically right out of high school, my parents said, you don't have to go to college, but you got to work or something.
do
You can't just
something.
live here for free.
Right.
And I had a few little jobs, and then I started basically out of high school, this aerospace company, and I worked there for 15 years. And my wife came, she actually started working there too. So we worked there together for maybe like 12 years.
Is that how y'all met?
No, we actually met in 6th grade.
Really?
We don't really remember each other from 6th grade, but we know we were both there at the same school. It was a very small
interesting.
So
school.
you knew of each other.
Yes, and our
They
parents.
danced like this one time.
Yeah.
Our parents knew each other like when I was in kindergarten.
Oh yeah. So you both are pastors' kids, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Son of a preacher man.
So
That's right.
did your parents know each other because y'all were all, like, they were pastors? So pastors know pastors.
Kinda.
Yeah.
They were a part of the same like network group of pastors.
So they tried to do like this arranged marriage and saying, yeah.
Yes.
And it
No.
But it didn't. So they forced you guys to be friends with each other in 6th grade. Didn't really work out. But then they prayed real hard. And now y'all are married with kids.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
And so how long have y'all been married?
almost 17 years.
Wow.
All right.
That's a long
I
time
think
with one
May-
person, right, Bill?
I've been with Ann almost 25 years.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So how long have you been married total though?
To people in general.
Just all of the marriages.
all of the
total.
marriages together.
43 years.
Oh my goodness.
Makes it-
I got married when I was 17.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Well, how old were
how'd
you
that
when
work
you got
out?
married? Because y'all married for so long. You're not that old.
We were 20,
Oh, okay.
so.
It's not too
I-
True love waits. You get married
yeah.
early when true
Yes.
love waits.
Yeah.
It's
Till
a
you're
shocker
20.
to everyone out there, but I'm not.
Well, as
17.
preacher kids, I'm sure when you're 20, you're like, okay, well, and she was like, I want to wait till, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to wipe you up so I can bang you.
Exactly.
It's the only way I'm going to get it.
Well, and I think the mustache fools us a little bit. But if you were to shave your mustache, you would
I
probably...
would look 15.
Oh, yeah, I'm
For
sure.
sure.
So do you keep the mustache just so you look older? You get into bars?
Yes. Yeah, so I can go drink. That's why.
The way you said it. Yeah, so I can have beers and stuff.
Yeah.
I keep my mustache.
Can I have a beer? I'm 21. My birthday is 2000.
Oh, 2000.
That is
Oh
crazy.
my gosh. If you're born in the 1900s, you can drink.
Yes.
And
That
that's
sounds so
crazy.
old.
But now if you're born in the
1900s.
2000s, you can drink.
I know, that's weird.
That
That's
is weird.
Okay, well, and I heard you mention your deer lease. So you're a
Yes.
hunter?
I am.
Are you going hunting after this? Is that why you're dressed
Like,
the
it's
way you
season.
are?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
It's hunting
Well,
season.
I am actually not hunting this weekend because I'm doing this podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
you changed your
You're
But that's
missing,
okay. It's raining today.
You're missing the
It
bus
is,
right
yeah.
now. He's
It's-
at your feeder.
I didn't want to go hunting. It's raining anyway.
Probably.
Well, and it's also going to be like 30 degrees tonight.
Yeah.
Where do you hunt? Where's the deer lease?
My deer lease is in Arkansas.
Oh, so you got a little bit of a drive.
I do. It's like 4.5 hours
What
away.
part of Arkansas?
Emerson, Arkansas.
I asked,
no one's
but I
been
have no
there.
idea where that's
I
at.
don't suggest you go there. There's nothing there.
But
Well, they would see your Airstream if they went there, right?
Oh, goodness.
No.
Well,
we're
we're
not
not
talking
allowed
about
to talk
it.
about
Yes,
that.
no.
And
So when you go to your deer
Tom,
lease,
get your hand off the button.
Does the whole family go, or do you just go like as a guy's trip? Does Taylor go with you, or does Katie come?
I don't see
your
Taylor as a
situation?
hunter.
He'd
don't
take
see
his
that happening.
nunchucks out there.
I don't see that happening either.
Someone would get shot.
Watch
Taylor
out,
has
it's a
not
deer.
gone. We've talked about him going out some weekend.
You would
and
have to
just
set some
I feel
very
like
strict
that-
rules.
I
hanging
feel like
out.
that would be so much fun. And please record that if you ever do take Taylor out to your deer
Oh
lease.
yeah.
Just so you have it for Dateline.
Yes.
So that they know it was not intentional.
Yes.
Yes. It was friendly fire.
But my family does not go with me anymore.
Was there a
Anymore?
situation?
Was there a situation?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We are
didn't-
unpacking things. Okay,
let's
what
do
happened?
it.
Well, not really a situation. We're gonna get into some camper talk here.
Okay,
but,
here we
That's
go.
okay.
My
Just don't say the A word. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an Airstream. I'm sorry. I just said it.
Oh,
I'm so bad at this.
The first rule about the podcast is do not say it.
do not mention the
Gotcha.
podcast.
So I have a camper, and well, we'll say this about my wife. You know, she gets a little successful,
Okay.
and then
Oh.
Oh,
she's
did you see it said?
she's too good for our camper now.
Okay. I get it.
It's not your typical like deer lease camper you think of, like just totally trashed
She wants to go
out.
glamping.
But there's some issues with it. It's an older one. It's great.
Mice
Does it have a
always find
floor?
its way into those.
It has a
It
floor
works fine.
Without holes in it?
without holes in it.
Okay.
There might be a few soft spots, but you can walk around those.
Mind the soft spot.
Yeah, and it has a few little issues where some parts might leak a little bit.
But it gets the job done.
It does, and it's great. It's got cold AC. It's got a heater that we can't use because it'll just kill you. It's so hot.
Okay.
And
That sounds
it's
great.
great. It's like a little mini hotel room, and I love it. But she told me I'm not going to stay in that anymore. If I come with you, we're going to get a hotel in town.
So you're going to go deer hunting and then to the hotel and back deer hunting.
But here's the
Well,
thing.
so we haven't done it yet, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work.
You haven't done it, but you have kids.
No, but
What do you mean?
Here's the thing. Don't get so dirty so fast. We've only
Yeah, we
8
just
minutes.
We're not,
started.
yeah, we're only 8 minutes in.
But here's the thing. Guys are so much smarter than they look, and that offense. Please take offense because this is so true. So Tim just cracked the code. He had a great camper. He probably ruined it himself just so Katie would be like, this isn't good enough. And now he gets a weekend to himself with no kids and no wife.
But I like how he tried to blame
Smart.
like how the way that you worded it of like, oh, she gets a little bit of success. She wins salesperson of the month one time, and all of a sudden the camper's not good enough for her anymore.
Yep.
I know. Well, and so we also have 2 dogs. There is an issue with taking the dogs out there.
Of course there is. Now she has to take care of the dogs and the kids while you're gone. Just,
Gallivanting around.
Yeah, cat daddy
catching
around.
deer.
Having a good time catching deers.
Yep. Catching deer.
Catching deers.
The deer hunter
I've
over there.
obviously never been hunting before.
Come here, I won't catch you.
Come on.
But
I'm your friend.
we went
Come
out
on
there
with me.
with our dogs, and when we just had the one dog, we would take her, and she was great. Never had any issues. She would just hang out at camp with us and nothing. Then we got a second dog, and when we took them both out there, they both ran away.
That's usually how it is with
then you
kids.
don't
You have
have
one
to-
kid, everything's fine.
they
Then
took
you have
off.
a second kid, and you're like, what the hell happened?
They run
we had
away.
a good situation happening.
It
And
was-
then they both run away.
Yep.
We were like, I think I was out. It was the last morning I was hunting, and the kids and everybody just stayed in camp, and they were kind of packing everything up. So as soon as I was done, we were just gonna get in the truck and take off. And I don't know. I think one of the kids were supposed to keep an eye on the dog or something.
Now it's a
They
kid's
ran
fault.
away. Yeah, and like everything was loaded up. The four wheelers were on the trailer, everything. And we had to unload everything, and like me and my other friend, we were like riding around for an hour on the 4-wheelers trying to find our dogs.
At
and
any
my
point
wife
did-
was
at any
in the
point did
truck
you
with the
think just
kids
to leave
driving.
them?
Oh yes, like
Well, I guess
my
we're just gonna
kids
have
were
to get
crying
some
because I was
new
like,
dogs.
well, looks like we don't have any dogs anymore. Let's get out of here. I didn't care. I was over it, and yeah, the kids were crying. We found the dogs.
And the kids. And Katie.
Yes, we all made it home safe.
Okay.
And then that was some of the issue of, well,
she
we're not
doesn't
going to go
return.
because we don't want to take the dogs, and we have to set up boarding and all this stuff. So it's easier for her to just
So
stay at home.
Tim, just go have fun by yourself with
Yeah.
no kids and no dogs
Yeah.
and no wife. It sounds
Exactly.
terrible.
With
So-
hardly any cell signal, so we can't get a hold of you.
You would have figured it out.
I may sound bitter, but
also,
that's
what's
'cause
a
that's
good
where
thing
Michael's
is
at right now.
you're not 300 pounds anymore. So, can you imagine being 300 pounds and having to be on the soft spots of
Or trying to find the dog.
Yes.
Oh, and trying to find the dogs?
Yeah.
What
that
would
would
the
be
four would the
horrible.
4-wheelers even been able to take you? This is-
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
okay, I take that back. I'm sorry to anyone who might be 300 pounds.
Yeah, so Jayzee's like 75 pounds.
Yeah,
So she gets
dripping
she
wet.
Gets to talk
So
about
tell
all
us
the fat
about your journey to health.
people. Where'd the rest of you go?
What happened?
Well, basically, when my daughter was born, we took family photos. And
And they just cropped the rest of you out.
right. Well, so that
This
was
is a
the
filter.
deal,
You're not
is
really this small.
We went through all the photos that were taken, and I couldn't find a single one where I didn't look just.
We need to see this picture so
Horribly
we can
fat.
put it on the internet, please.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Okay, please.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
not
s-
ashamed of that.
So you see this picture of yourself and what happens?
And there was not a single one where I didn't look fat. I couldn't find one that had a flattering angle. It was just, I was fat. That's all there was to it. I was fat. My face was like round like a basketball, and I was like, man, I got to do something. And so I,
Started doing meth.
yes, and I got a lot of stuff done, and it was great.
Haven't slept in years. It's great.
No, yeah, it was awesome. So I started doing a diet, and it was the worst diet in the world. I don't recommend it to anyone.
What did you do?
It's called the HCG diet.
Oh, it's where you go get the B12 shots or whatever?
Well, I didn't get the injections. I had drops that I would take every day, but it's crazy.
And you can't eat more than like 400 calories.
It was like
even,
500
right?
calories a day.
No way.
Yeah.
I'd die.
Yeah.
And the
I had friends do
B12.
it.
So
I
you're
had
on the
friends do
B12
it.
and you eat 500 calories a day?
It's. I'm not a doctor.
Did you ever
guys,
faint?
And I'm not suggesting anybody do this.
A lot of people do it though.
But
A lot
he
of
will
people.
also say, look at me now.
But yeah,
But
you
your
don't.
calories are so restricted, you're not even supposed to work out. Like,
Exactly.
because-
Yeah, because
For the first
functioning on 400 calories like that, you would faint.
So I've got a friend. I won't mention his name, but we have breakfast on a regular basis. So he gets on this diet.
Same one.
And- Same one.
Okay.
And he calls me up and says, let's go have breakfast. I said, sure, we'll meet. We set a time. I drive from my house in the downtown Dallas to meet with him at a diner, and the sucker gets a glass of water. And I'm like, what's going on? He said, this is all I can have. I said, I came down here so I could watch you drink water. And it went on and on and on and on. Oh boy.
That's so funny.
You're the only one I've seen have success on it.
Well, thanks.
Well, how do you maintain that though? Because a lot of these diets and things like that, what's funny is my husband has a very similar, like not that Tom has never been like really big, but the exact thing that you said of we had our first son,
Can we
Xander.
please save that? Tom has never been really big.
Well, I mean,
Save that.
I won't say it, but I said
You
it.
said it.
You did say it.
But similar thing was after we had Xander. I mean, he got big enough for that.
Nice.
After we had Xander, in the pictures that afterwards, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I look so huge. I look like I ate myself. Like I can't. Oh my gosh, like this is so bad." So then when we had our second kid, already when I immediately when I got pregnant, he was like, "I'm not going to be fat in these pictures. I'm not going to be fat in these pictures." I kid you not. I was in labor, and this dude's trying to get steps in the room because it was true story. But
awesome.
that's funny how that can be a motivating factor for men. But how has that been motivating, or how have you been able to maintain that? Because a lot of the fad diets, you lose the weight fast and then you can gain it back.
Yeah, well, and I have. It's been up and down. I never got back to where I was.
So you got like super, super skinny?
I did. So I say I was almost 300 pounds. I was right about like 290-ish. 288, 290, and which I'm 6'4", so it's not as bad as you probably picture, but if you saw the pictures, you'd be like, wow, Tim, you were fat. And I was.
I wouldn't say that, but Jaisy would. Jaisy definitely would call you fat.
You were so fat. What happened?
Yeah, oh my God. And so after the initial weight loss, I think I got down to like 204 was my lowest.
Whoa.
And looking back now, I look at those pictures and I'm like, man, it looks a little...
Methish?
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, you were pretty skinny there. But basically I just kind of maintained, and I didn't go back to eating like crazy like I did. I used to love Dr. Pepper. That was my thing. Like I'd probably have like 12 a day or something crazy.
Oh my goodness. You know, there are people that's how they like lost weight is literally they just stop drinking the soda.
I've heard that the average person consumes enough that you gain on average 12 pounds a year from soft drinks. Wow. And that's if you don't lose any, but still like just 12 pounds of your,
right.
Yeah.
It's like so for the first, like you do it in 30-day periods where you're doing the drops and eating the crazy.
Eating.
Basically,
actually,
yeah. And then you go to maintenance for another 30 days where you can slowly start adding things in and see what makes you gain weight if you eat this food and stuff like that. And so I think I did it like 3 or 4 times, and I lost like, 80 some odd pounds. But
that's a lot.
But after that first 30 days, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have me a Dr. Pepper. This is gonna be great. And I couldn't handle it. I didn't like it.
It was sweet,
way too sweet. And at some point I switched to drinking Diet Coke, and that's how I maintained.
The rest is history.
Drink a lot of Diet Coke.
I was at my parents' house, and my uncle lives next door to them, and he was over there, and I said something about it was either me or my mom asked for a diet drink, and my uncle goes, "What, y'all fat and thirsty?"
Right?
It's like, yes.
But that is the common thing to get, like, I'll get a Big Mac, extra cheese, and
Diet Coke.
large, supersize my fries, McFlurry, and Diet Coke.
And she's not talking about her.
Yeah.
She would not order any of that. So
I've definitely done that.
she's making fun of fat people again.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's fat shaming.
I'm going to get canceled now. Jason's canceled.
But some people need to be fat shamed.
I've never done this or anything like that. But I mean, my husband has a friend, or actually a cousin that he loves very much. And he has done a lot of motivating things to be like, all right, we're all going to get healthy together. We're all going to be in this like weight loss competition. We're all going to do this together. We're all going to wake up at 5 a.m. and do CG. Like we're all going to like try to make it like a group effort, but nothing has helped. So.
Who are you trying to help? Is there
someone we love very much? If you're watching this, please.
Who's probably listening to this podcast going,
Wait a second.
Let me take 2022's Christmas back.
Oh, yeah. I just can't, I don't know. So my mom was always heavier growing up, and That's just, I never thought anything of that. Never thought anything about weight. And, was always a bigger girl in school and stuff. And I just never, I don't know, I never really worried about it. But then when you see
But when
pictures.
you've never been really big, anything, I mean, you've never.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just carry my weight well. It's all like in my forehead.
Oh.
So
You just pack it in there.
Yeah.
I can't eat that. It's going to go to my forehead.
Yeah. But weight's one of those things that, like pictures and stuff, you see later, and you're like, you do say those things like, why didn't anybody tell me? But no one's going to tell you unless it's Jaisy. And so,
Okay, just to make sure that everyone knows, I do not call out anyone. All right,
Text her a picture and she'll tell you.
I just want everyone to get along. I just want like good vibes. I just want to have fun.
Bill is leaning away from you.
Should I ask Jaisy if I'm fat?
No, don't ask
Bill,
me.
you look great. Okay, you look absolutely great.
Okay, so let's go back to being a preacher's kid.
Yes, tell us about your
what
childhood.
was that like?
It was great, actually. I think me and Katie both we are in the minority of preachers' kids who,
Turned out okay.
yeah, and we didn't just go crazy and turn our back.
So what denominations were each of your churches? Were you all the same? Were you all different?
So when I was like really young, my dad was a Baptist preacher, but
So you couldn't drink or dance.
correct.
Okay.
But
Good casseroles.
yeah, I was too young to really remember that. But most of my life, we were like basically spirit-filled, non-denominational.
Okay.
So
Which is now a denomination.
I guess.
Non-denominational.
You were Pentecostal,
I don't think so.
kind
but
of.
No.
I grew up Pentecostal. I'm Pentecostal. I would say. I mean, I believe in the Bible. Not to whatever, but I mean, I believe in the Holy Spirit.
For sure.
I believe in being spirit-filled. I think
For
it's great.
sure.
It's awesome.
Well, and and then was Katie the same also? Her dad was the same?
So they were Lutheran,
Oh, okay.
so they could drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. So they got
So you're like, she's a wild
yay.
one.
Yeah. So yeah, like she drank beer way before I ever did. Like when we got married, we'd have beer in the house, but I wouldn't drink it. It would be hers.
That's so funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't start I really don't drink that much now. I don't know, I'm a loser, I guess.
No.
Wow. No.
I don't
I
drink.
don't need alcohol to have a good time.
Same. I don't
Guys.
drink. I don't.
Ladies,
I was
whoever's
going to hand
listening.
bump you, and then I hand bump the
microphone.
That's all right. This is your first time
I feel
doing
like
a podcast,
it is my
right?
first time.
It's okay.
It
You'll
is
get
our
used to it.
first time.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm more fun without alcohol, because with alcohol, I probably think I'm fun, but I don't think my friends would think that, or Michael,
Shark bite.
Yeah. I have bitten people before.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a biter.
Oh, no, I've stopped drinking, but I still bite.
Gotcha.
So there's no correlation there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely can have a good time when I drink, but I
You
just,
don't have to have it.
yeah.
Yes,
just
you're,
have a good
you're
time.
just as much fun. I feel like there's been times when I've been out where people think that I've been drinking, and I'm like, no, I didn't drink anything. This is just.
I always tell people that. I don't even have to be
how
drunk
I
to
am.
tell people that.
This is how I am.
I just want to make you
You were
laugh.
lo- you
I just want to have fun.
But you're a lot of fun. And I never thought, like, I don't know that I've ever paid attention, but there are a lot of people that are very, very, they pay close attention to who's drinking and who's not. And it's very much I think I was telling you that people will come up to you like, why aren't you drinking? And I'm like, well,
Seriously?
I don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next question is, are you pregnant? I'm like, no, like, I don't want to. And they're like, just have one. Like, then it's like they're recruiting me. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you an alcoholic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that why you're not
question.
drinking?
Or if you tell people like, oh, I just don't like the taste of it. It's just not something. Because you haven't tried this drink. Just have a sip. Just try it. I promise you're gonna love it. I'm like, why do I need to have this?
It's
like,
the
I'm
only
okay.
drug you have to defend yourself from not taking.
Yeah,
It's weird. It is so weird.
it's very.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Like, no one's going to be like,
It's because you've never defended yourself for not
Yeah,
drinking.
right.
Bill's the one that's like, try this. You're gonna love it.
No.
but think
There
about it,
is
like,
truth to that.
But if somebody stops smoking, no one's going to say, why?
Yeah.
Are you addicted to cigarettes?
What?
Or if someone asks for a sandwich
Have one,
without,
just
or
have
if someone
one.
asks for a sandwich without mayonnaise, why don't you want mayonnaise? Are you
Well,
addicted to mayonnaise?
now
you addicted
I
to
would ask that question because mayonnaise is like the best thing in the world.
No.
It should be on everything.
Okay, so I have a friend, y'all. If anybody follows me on Facebook, that I met online. I went to Houston to meet her.
Yeah, the blind date.
Shout out to Billy.
saw that.
Shout out to Billy Gardner. Her husband puts mayonnaise on his hot dog.
So
And
do
I think that
I think that's a northerner thing. I feel like that's I've seen that a lot.
There's
But
nothing
they
the
live-
matter with
they're
that.
from Florida.
Oh,
I
then.
grew up
Florida,
in
that's just a
California.
whole
We do the
nother-
same thing.
I called him
mean-
on and he said, hot dog need mayonnaise, mayonnaise need hot dog. He said they go together. That's how he said it too.
I don't.
No, let's
I'm in
not
on
judge, boys and
But
girls.
if you were to go, let's say you were at the ballpark and they have all the fixins for your hot dog.
I'm gonna find mayonnaise. I
Nobody
do every
puts
time.
mayonnaise
That's
on.
not true. I
you
do.
have to go to the hamburger stand.
No,
to get the
They
mayonnaise.
got mayonnaise there. I do it every single time.
Wow.
Weird.
Every time.
We're learning so much about Bill today.
The counselor is going to come back and try to.
Don't you dare put mayonnaise on my hot dog.
You know what I do is, and I'm okay. The cat's out of the bag for everyone.
Oh
but,
no.
Uh-oh.
We support you, Tim. We're
no.
here. We love you regardless.
If you tell me you
Well,
put
wait a
peanut
second.
butter
Tell
on
us
your
what it
hot
is
dog,
first.
that's
No,
gonna be
I
weird.
don't. No, this I tell everybody that I'm allergic to coconut because I don't like coconut. And I get shamed for it. And people are like, what? You don't like coconut? You're so weird. But if you tell people like, no, I'm allergic to coconut, they're like, oh, yeah, cool.
You know, I shame my wife for not liking coconut because I love it, but I'm not
do
allowed
too.
to have
I love
any
coconut.
coconut in my house. I'm abused since I've gotten married almost 25 years
You haven't
ago.
had an almond joy?
I have not had
I've had an
coconut.
almond joy in 25 years.
Well, I used
Someone
to not.
please.
I used to not like coconut, and now I still don't like the texture a ton.
Yes, I
but
don't like
but
it's
taste
the
of it.
flaky, the crunch. It's weird.
It gets stuck in your teeth sometimes, but it's nice. I love
Well, it
coconut.
doesn't
It's
because I
tasty.
don't eat it. But
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't like it. Yeah,
Because
that's
you're lying about being allergic.
So for anyone
Did your
who's
dad
ever,
teach you nothing?
Yeah.
You know, we do have this little session. This has been cool. We have this little session called Tales from Logbox.
Okay, so in preparation for today, I was like, man, I don't have a tale. I can't think of anything. And then the universe unfolded. And just yesterday, the weirdest thing happened to me. So I was meeting one of my friends for coffee and we were in Bishop Arts. So if you've ever been to Bishop Arts, it's this area of like Oak Cliff that's like basically being gentrified. So there's like an area that's like really nice and like hipsterish and cool and, you know, has all these great places.
very easy to park.
Yes, and then no, absolutely not. So that's part of the that's
he's lying
That's
again.
part of the story. So then, like right across the street is literally like people doing drugs. That's how you lost so much weight. I saw Tim there. So anyway, after we had coffee, I'm walking to my car. And there's this lady who's very obviously on drugs. And because she was doing this like stomp walk kind of thing. And she was talking to herself. So I'm walking to my car and I'm looking at her. And so I'm not staring at her, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on her because I'm like, I don't want this lady to like come and rush me and like, I don't know, like take all my money or what, I don't know. And so I'm just looking at her from the corner of my eye. And I guess she can see that I'm staring at her from the corner of my eye. And she goes, don't be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. And your husband, he gonna leave you and you gonna lose your car as soon as the Botox goes away and you stop being pretty. And I was like, what is going on? So I quickly get in my car and then I'm like, I don't know if I should be complimented but also if I was going to get work done, I don't think I would start with Botox. There are some other things that I think I would get done first.
There's a couple of things I can think of.
Basically, all that to say, if you're in Bishop Arts, please be careful. For Nancy, she's out there.
There's Nancy on the list.
She's talking to herself.
Maybe that's Anita.
And maybe I should go back and talk to her.
Sorry, maybe it's Anita.
Maybe.
Could be Anita.
She just needed a hug and kiss.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Anita
We
Made
probably
I'm glad
should
you said that because I was
told.
totally thinking, I was like, no, I'm not going to say Anita hug and kiss.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
I'll say it.
But then I did it.
So
Okay.
yeah, let's take that
level up.
situation and level up.
Let's level up, please.
So, you know, Jordan Spieth said this. In Texas, you've got to learn to be nice to people and respect where they're coming from. And understand people have different backgrounds and opinions, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So, you know, I think what the important thing is that we need not to, and Jordan didn't add the D word, I did. I think what's important to realize is everybody's different, and we need to let them have their opinions. And she shouldn't have been yelling at you about taking
Not at
Botox.
all.
But
You worked hard for that Botox.
I've never had Botox done before.
Obviously.
I'm scared. I don't want to do
I'm
it.
just kidding.
I can't smile. I can't make any sort of expression. But with what you were saying, I think that we were talking about this just yesterday with my dad of as soon as you stop literally caring about what anyone else thinks, your life begins.
Yeah.
Everything is so much easier because there's so many. Yeah, who cares?
I learned that a long time ago.
So if you want to get the Botox, girl, you get that Botox.
Well, and if you want to be fat, who cares what Jaisy says?
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. Who am I?
If you don't want to wear a swim shirt at the pool, don't.
You want to wear a dress? Wear a dress.
Yeah,
Do it.
whatever you want to do.
Be
If you want
you.
to, if
Let
you
your
want
feet fly
to
fly.
like and subscribe and share this podcast, do it, man.
Do it, please.
Do it. You should.
On
Yes.
any podcast platform
Platform.
that they listen to.
A platypus.
But they need to tell us what they think about this
They do.
podcast.
We want your feedback if it's nice.
Yes.
Even if it's not nice, I want it.
Yeah.
Well, we
wanna
do
know.
get some of that.
We need to know. But
Yeah.
we love you guys. Please stay tuned and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we out.
Just had a chat, talk this and that with PB and JC.